What's up, world? I'm a determined black man, John Jay, and today I am determined to meet the needs of at least one individual out there that's listening to the sounds of my voice through words of encouragement and motivation. Hey, look, I know it's somebody that probably told you that you couldn't, you wouldn't, and you shouldn't. I'm here to tell you that you could, you should, and don't let nobody tell you that you can't. See, sometimes our greatest enemy can be ourselves, because a lot of times the devil tries to play tricks on our minds. And the first thing he wants to do whenever we fail once is tell us that we can't make it on our second attempt, so we don't even try anymore. But the only way to accomplish anything outside of failure is to continue to try to succeed. Now, there's many subject matters that I can speak on right now that's pestering me, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do we feel encouraged to encourage each other to be beautiful or to be glamorous or fashionably correct? But when I tell you that you're wasting money and you're spending money wastefully, when you could be using that money to help fund your dreams, your bigger dreams, rather than trying to look like you got money, I could teach you a way to use your money to fund your dreams that would make you actually wealthy. But people will not listen to you when you speak on things as such, before they will look at things and hear things when you start talking about dressing and fashionable statements. It's because we have been encouraged through media and the lifestyles of others to try to match what we see. But see, as I always say, it's the stuff that we don't know that's going to hurt us the most. See, what we don't really know is that none of those companies are owned by people of light color. What we don't know is that we're not going to profit anything from buying and purchasing those worthless materials that in another year from now won't even be fashionably correct, because fashion is trending. So it's the end of the day, is out tomorrow. Why would I want to spend buku dollars, which I am guilty of? Let me say that first and foremost. But when you learn better, you do better. Most of the stuff I speak in reference to, that I ask y'all to take into mind and take into account, it's because I already been there. I was just like you once. I was once sitting right where you are, in the blind, thinking that this was all cool. And I heard people like me speaking, and I was like, he gotta be a fool, you know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to rock Tommy? Who wouldn't want to rock Polo? Who wouldn't want to rock this and that and this and that? Now, let me say this. I have not rid my collection. I have not rid my wardrobe of anything that I've already previously owned. But as far as going forward, I don't put emphasis on name brands. I don't have to have signature clothing so that everybody know what I'm wearing. I prefer not even have a signature on my clothes. So it could be the most expensive article of clothing in the world, but you'll never know based off of just looking at it. You would have to actually know your stuff. I'll say like that. You actually have to know what you're looking at. Because I don't care to look like I got it. I don't care to look like that anymore. I'm not trying to encourage women to sleep with me or want to speak with me, have conversation with me just based off of what they think that's in my pockets. I'm past all that fake love. If a woman think that I'm less than a man because I'm not providing for her, giving her monies that she doesn't deserve, only because she's a woman, do I feel like that she's supposed to get these things? Or I should be buying her lavish gifts because she's a woman and she provides me with good loving or sex? Nah. My standards have changed. When I was a boy, I did things as a boy. But as a man, there are qualities, star qualities, that stick out to me, that give you that privilege. And when you get to that point, you don't even have to ask. You shall receive. But many of y'all out here living double lives, or y'all living a lie. You're telling people that you want a husband, you want this, and you want this out of life. You want somebody to care for you and treat you right. But you out here walking around with your booty meat showing. And every time somebody turn on some fast music, you ready to shake it. You can't wait to shake it. That's not That's not promoting the lifestyle that you're saying that you really want. See, we speak on things, we say things, but we don't put the action behind it to follow. If I'm a husband, if I'm a man seeking a wife, first of all, I'm not going to the club every weekend looking for a wife. I'm not saying that nobody can find their true love in the club, because she might be just fed up too with going to church looking for her. Tonight might be the night she stepped out just to see what she can see. And it might be the same for me. And we just bumped into each other. How ironic is that? But when things are led by God, it's mysterious things happen. So you can't doubt, you can't rule things out, because at the end of the day, we don't, if we ask God to let his will be done, we don't know what's in his will and how he has it played out and panned out for us. We just got to continue to stay faithful to what it is that he asks us to do. You know? So, it's the same for you guys. Y'all walk around, you got your sticks on your side, you got your pants hanging off your butt. You know what I'm saying? You repping your sign, you repping your gang, you know. But you got kids out here looking at you. You understand me? Pattern themselves after you. If that really what you want your son to be, and if you've been in this stuff, you know, dead end. If you've been in this stuff, you know, dead end. I don't want my sons, my daughters growing up gang affiliated, organization affiliated, none of that. Yeah, I want them to be organized, but my God is a jealous God. You understand me? So I can't serve two masters. You feel me? And I don't want my kids growing up confused and think they have to serve two masters either, because they'll cut their blessings short, as their father has. But I just thank God that he's continued to sustain me throughout my ignorance, and saw the need for me to be enlightened so that I can enlighten someone else. A lot of y'all got good potential. You just don't want to tap in. A lot of these young ladies out here, they're not encouraging you to either. Because what they promote is, they want a thug. They want somebody to beat them up or treat them like crap so that they can be all on social media, talking noise, back and forth. You know, they want to go through all the dramatics. Peace don't live on this earth anymore. It's very rare, far in between. To find peace these days, you basically got to be by yourself. And I mean, honestly, peace does start from within. So no matter what, really, the very core of peace and the essence of the word peace, it starts within yourself. There's no amount of money. There's no place you can go, nowhere you can run, nowhere you can hide, because you can't hide from you. So honestly, peace starts from within. But to have continued peace throughout the course of a relationship, it takes compromising. In today's time and day and how things are played out, especially with social media, I'm telling y'all, it's hard. It's almost impossible, especially if you're not on the same accord, especially if you're not equally yoked, especially if you have a partner that thinks that when you say things or you try to correct things, that you're trying to belittle them, rather than taking it as constructive as it is and building from it. It's hard. It takes two. It takes two to have conversation. You know, and you want somebody that you can actually communicate with, and not somebody that you're talking to. See, it's a difference. When you got somebody you can communicate with, it brings about so much peace. It brings about so much understanding, because when you're dealing with people that you gotta talk at, that's all you're doing. It's just like talking to that wall. You just talking at them, and they getting more and more angered because they probably either don't understand you or they ain't feeling what you're saying. So stop trying to force yourself to over on people that don't care to understand who you are. I said it before, and it used to puzzle me, but now I understand how it is that I can meet a stranger, a person that barely even knows me, and I can have a greater conversation, a more peaceful, understanding conversation than I can with somebody I've known all my life. For one, a lot of times we looking for the discrepancies in the conversation. We looking for any hypocritical statements that you're making, or anything that we can depict out of this conversation to call it flaw, or call it wrong, or say you a liar, or you ain't do this, or you ain't do that. Opposed to trying to pick out the jewels and the nuggets that's in this conversation. You're gonna try to find what it is that I say that's flaw, or what it is you say that I say that I ain't living by. You see, every preacher, every minister, every bishop, every prophet, every man on this earth is still a man. No matter what titles you give him, they still entitled to make mistakes. Though they should walk a more straight and narrow life, they still gonna get off course sometimes. And it's not up to you to judge them and say, well, I don't want to listen to them no more because they lost course. You know what I'm saying? As long as that individual can come back to terms with who they truly are and what God has called them to do, then that's not up to me. That's not for me to judge. All I need is what it is that God has given them for me to receive. God can use a crackhead. God can use a dummy. God can use a full-out fool to send you a message. But the only time you're going to miss that message is when you don't listen, and when you ain't paying attention, or when you disregard it because of who the deliverer is. Stop focusing on who delivering the message, and start focusing on the message within the message. Stop trying to pick out the mess so you can go back and tell somebody else, girl, look at him. Girl, look at her. She said this and said that, and I know her, I know him, and he don't even do half this stuff. Because it ain't all about the messenger, but it's all about the message. So, who's really to blame? Who's really the fool? If you're more focused on another man, the man is just a vessel. He's just a tool. He's just being used by the Most High to supply you with something from the Most High. He's not the Most High. He's just a supply. He's just a delivery guy. It's just like a truck driver. Consider the messenger a truck driver. He picks up the message. He drops the message off. He just makes sure the message gets delivered. He doesn't have anything to do with the creation of the product. He don't have anything to do with the production of the product. How long it took to make it. How much building material it took to build it. His only concern is to make sure that this finished product is delivered wholly, carefully, and accurately. Aside from that, what that truck driver does in his personal time, it's not reflected by what he does when he's operating and delivering. As long as he does that to perfection, there should be no question about what this man does in his spare time with his family or without it. But that's what we got to get out here first of all. And I screaming to the top of my voice. You know? Stop judging the messenger. Start listening and taking that pre-ensemble that you have already made about this individual based off of past information or just the delivery and the way that this person look. You may not even look like it. It's so many times we hate on each other just for the simple fact of how a person might look, dress, or sound, opposed to what it is that they're saying, what it is that they're portraying, what it is that they're doing. No, I'm not perfect. Made many mistakes. And I promise you, I'm not done making those mistakes. But what I am done is, I'm done making the same mistakes over and over and over again. I'm making changes in my life. And as I do that, I want to use this platform to encourage you to do the same. If it's something in your life that's troubling you, if it's something in your life that has you down, depressed, and feeling like you can't get up, you just not your best, I want you to be encouraged. And I want you to know that you can put those problems in the hands of the Most High and trust and believe in Him to help you work them out. Hear from Him. Listen and hear from Him. And He will guide your path. He will correct your wrongs. He will make you convicted when you're doing things that you shouldn't be. And He'll straighten you up. Even if He allows, or He has to allow you to go through some things so that you can be more thoroughly constructed or reconstructed. Some of us have to go through a little more tougher situations than others because some of us are a little bit more tougher. Some of our heads are a little bit thicker, our skulls are a little bit thicker, so it don't quite get in just by somebody telling you. A lot of us do have to go through. But sometimes your going through might not be as forgiving as you would hope it is or hope it to be. So that's why I try to encourage people through the words that are given to me, because I know everybody's not going to get that favor. Everybody's not going to get that second or third chance taken from somebody God has used, and God has shown time and time again that He is a miracle worker, and that if I keep my faith in Him, that He'll never leave my side. God never leaves us. We leave God when we lose faith. We leave God when we lose faith. And so my faith has been restored. And I can feel His presence. I am a child of the Most High. And when you try to do things to belittle me or try to knock me down, you're only knocking yourself. You're only making it harder for yourself. Because you can't crap on God's people and think that it's nothing gonna be done about it. Whether it happens today, tomorrow, or 10 years later. You reap what you sow. And that's a lot of things that I face today. I don't even get mad anymore because I know I brought this on myself. It's things I did in my past that are still lingering over my future. And that's why I also encourage you all to pray daily. Ask God for forgiveness. Ask God for wisdom and understanding. See, without understanding, wisdom is no good. You can be the smartest man in the world, but if you don't understand how to utilize that knowledge, then it does no one any good at all, not even yourself. Just wasteful information, just like a bathroom reader. Just information just out there. But when you're able to digest that information, then you see a finished product as that information becomes invested in us. Then that investment has a return on it, and the return is better decision making, being better blessed. You know what I'm saying? Being more encouraged to encourage others. Being more supportive of others. See, those are the byproducts of continued faith and growth. We must know that. We need to teach our brothers and our sisters to be more faithful to what we believe in. Be more faithful to our relationships. Be more faithful to God. Be more faithful to your job. Be more faithful to yourself. If you self-employed and you trying to build your own network, be more than just a boss. See, everybody want to be a boss. But what everybody don't understand is bosses make more sacrifices in most cases than the workers. Because in order for me to run something, especially if it's mine, in my own business, then I got to put in the effort just as well as anybody else, because nobody else cares about my business or whatever I'm running more than I'm going to care about it. Just like life itself. Who going to care about you more than you? Okay. Same with your business. If it's your business, I've heard people say before, I want to own my own business so I don't have to get up early in the morning and be up all late at night. Look, take it for somebody that know, been there, done that, and I'm on my way back. I'm not going to stop till I am my own boss, because I refuse to continue to be a corporate slave for the rest of my entire life. But I already know. And I got partners, I got people, family members, everything that's entrepreneurs. But those people never sleep. They never hardly sleep. Because you can't sleep on yourself. See, if you working for somebody, you might be able to call in and get some sick days or something. But when it's you, every dollar counts, every day counts, every moment counts. So you constantly gotta make sacrifices, and you constantly gotta put other stuff to the side to keep your business afloat. And it's the same way just with life. You gotta push some of this other stuff to the side and focus more on you. Because without you, nobody else matters. If you ain't got you together, nothing else matters. See, not even your own kids. I know it sounds crazy, but not even your own kids. You got to put yourself first so that you can be the best person you can for them kids. I just recently had a situation to where I actually had to put that into play. Because my kids mean more to me than just about anything in this world. But I realized that I wasn't no good for my kids. I ain't been no good for my kids being under this spell of the stupidity. And not able to lead them by perfect example. And see, I ain't saying that to say that you got to be perfect to set an example. I'm just saying you got to set a perfect example to set an example. Sometimes the perfect example comes from the most flawed people, because then I can give you an attestment as to what not to do. Don't be like me. Don't do what I did. Be better than me. Do the opposite of what I did, and you'll see. Otherwise, you'll be filled with pain. Brothers, I'm gonna speak to some of the guys out here that's 30 plus. We got these young men growing up out here, and they thinking that the only thing to life is to take life and murder. Now, when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't like it was unheard of. It's just that when it was done with a cause, you know what I'm saying, or it was done for a reason. Nothing to justify, you know what I'm saying, other than self-defense. But I'm just saying, it wasn't just these random killings and all this random acts of violence, killing innocent people and all that. You know, guys made sure they got their man, and you know, it was more, it had standards behind it, man. It was realer, you know what I'm saying? Now they doing it on Instagram and all this because they want to be seen, you know what I'm saying? I think social media has ruined today's youth, because there's nobody encouraging them to do nothing else other than try to take a quick route to fame. But I'd rather be rich than famous, as the old saying goes. Because this instant fame seems to be a black hole. It seems to be and I hate to use that because I know everything that you relate to black, according to the dictionary, seems to be negative or bad. But it seems to be so derogative. You know? So that's why I try to encourage my sisters and brothers to love on one another more than they hating. Let's stop all this hating. Let's show one another that we can love. Stop calling that woman out her name. Stop calling that man out his name. See, That's the main thing I see. I see a lot of people demanding respect from somebody, but at that same time, they not delivering respect. You can't expect nothing from nobody that you can't give. That's money, that's time, that's love, that's faithfulness, that's respect. Only thing y'all respecting is a gun. But I don't respect that until you can take a life and give it back. When you able to take that life and get that life back, that's when I respect you. I say, oh man, what an amazing guy. But just to be able to walk up and blow somebody's brains out, I know how easy it is. It ain't nothing. Until you gotta live with it for the rest of your life if you got a conscience. Or you gotta go spend time in prison where ain't no guns at. You gotta bang and strain to stay alive. And sometimes prison do save people. Because out here on these streets, ain't no forgiveness, ain't no love, but it's a whole lot of guns. And I ain't saying we don't need guns. I ain't saying we don't need to teach our youth how to shoot. But let's stop shooting at each other. Let's stop killing each other. And then soon as the police kill us, we want to march and scream, Black Lives Matter. But they shouldn't only matter when police kill us. They need to matter when little Tommy from down the road that I grew up with decide he want to pull that thing on me. Because he don't like how I've been hustling and getting it. I'm shining too hard on him. So he want to rob and kill me. And sometimes it don't even get that far. Sometimes they just want to kill you just because they want to set you up. They know you speaking too much truth. You enlightening the people. They letting the devil use them. So the devil don't want you to be encouraged. He wants you to feel that failure. Because he know if you get wrapped up in the failure more so than the potential to succeed, then that's a ploy at your mind. And he wants nothing more than to be able to destroy your mind. Because see, your mind leads everything about you. Your mind determines your character. Your mind determines your conversation. Your mind determines your destination. The mind, the most powerful tool on this earth. One of the greatest muscles ever in the body. It's not an actual muscle, but you can exercise it. You can exercise it by reading, by challenging yourself to think and rationalizing. I want to encourage you guys. Go out here and speak to some of these youth. Let them know the true consequences till they go out there and pull that trigger and they get caught. How much time they're going to be facing. How that time is played out. See, they don't tell you all that. They ain't going to tell you about how they heard that boy screaming in the shower. They ain't going to tell you about how that blood was all down and they had to call for a mop car, come in and mop his blood up. They ain't going to tell you all that. How that boy got hit 17 times in the chest with a piece of metal from the fence line. They ain't going to tell you all that. How that dude got cut across his neck and back with a sharpened down lawnmower blade. Nah, they ain't gonna tell you all that. How a guy put metal shavings in the man breakfast food or coffee. Cut up the line in his stomach. He died from internal bleeding, choking on his own blood. They ain't gonna tell you all that. They ain't gonna tell you all that. Getting cracked for violations. You know what I'm saying? Same ones you sit down and eat with. Same one plotting on you. Want to beat you down. Don't want you to get back up. They're not going to tell you that. But see me, I refuse to allow you to lose without you knowing the scope. I'm going to put the scoreboard up for you. And if you so choose to lose the game, then that's on you. But at least you knew the score. Women, young ladies, take pride in who you are. Stop following all the latest trends and thinking that that's gonna put you in. Cause half of y'all are like clowns with all this makeup on, all these fake eyelashes and these wigs and weave. And I ain't necessarily knocking it because I got people in my family that profit off of it. But at the end of the day, it ain't about big money. It's about a big movement. And we got to start moving in a different direction. Stop, because this direction we've been traveling in, it ain't been good for us. But we started trying to match the life of the rich and famous. I'm the only people that wear makeup and dress up all the time, every day. And they even have down times. But some of y'all can't even leave out the front door without some weave or some wigs or some lashes. And your lip gloss gotta be popping. Your nails gotta be, you know, your toes and your fingers. You gotta have this and that, have this and that. What happened to loving who you are, loving thyself? Yeah, it's okay to stay groomed. I know it's gonna be somebody that don't you get your hair cut? That's not what I'm saying. But my hair natural, and you see the look gray. I ain't gonna never try to put no black over. Turn gray, turn gray. That's what God intended. I'm not trying to look like a little young boy out here because I'm a grown man. But there's so many of us grown men out here acting like little boys. We want to continue to live like young boys. We're trying to fit in with these youngsters rather than going out here and actually talking to these youngsters and encouraging these youngsters to do better for themselves. Let them know what it's going to be like when they get behind them bars. He want to go out there and pull that trigger. He want to go in there and rob this stuff. Let him know the consequences fully. You know what I'm saying? Not just all that old glamorous stuff and all the stuff, all those iron chest childish stuff like, you know, he can't get touched or nothing done to him. Or, you know, y'all stop encouraging these youngsters to go to prison. Y'all act like prison is college or something. Y'all act like prison is a med residency or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to prison, you supposed to get out and you know everything. You game it all. You know what I'm saying? Because all that is doing is encouraging others to go and see what you're talking about. And some of them ain't gonna make it out. And the last thing I want to do is encourage somebody to do something that's going to cost them their life. Or that's going to cost them their freedom and their livelihood. I want you to live your best life for real. I want you to be the best you can ever be. This ain't just something I'm saying. This is what I mean. This is inside my heart. This is me as a man and what I feel like I've been called to do and what I'm trying to recall to you. Some of this stuff we don't have to go through. You can just take heed. Listen to somebody. Don't just hear them. Listen. And allow the actions to follow that proceed. So guys, let's be better at setting those examples. Ladies, let's be better at setting those examples. I need you ladies to get back to nurturing your kids rather than trying to be friends with your kids and laughing at everything they do because you think it's funny when it really ain't. Teach them kids to be respectful. I hear too many kids out here disrespecting the parent, amongst other things, other people. Because they're not encouraged to respect the mother and the dad. They're definitely not going to respect anybody else out here in this world. And everybody don't care about your kids like you do. So they can go out here and disrespect somebody and keep disrespecting people if they want to. It might be somebody out there that don't mind snatching that night in them that grandma used to talk about. I'm serious. We got to get back to some of the old ways of raising these kids. I ain't saying we just got to get back to the old way. We just got to get back to some of the old ways when it took a village to raise a child. That's why they told us that. That's why they showed us that. We lost sight. Started becoming too individual. You know, too independent. Today's independent woman collects every benefit under the sun. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to go out and do what you want to do. You don't have any responsibilities. The government gonna take care of you. But there'll be the same one that's gonna rag a man, a black man that's out here trying. You gonna talk down on him because he won't buy you a Coach bag or a Gucci. But he out here breaking his back, or work himself to death to provide for an ungrateful An ungrateful individual, an ungrateful, emotional being that as soon as he passed, she gonna find your replacement. Believe that. It's not very many of them out here that's gonna. And I'm not asking nobody to hold me down when I'm dead. I'm just saying respect. Respect me while I'm alive. That way I know what it was. And that way everybody else do too. Well, those that bash a man, but where he lacks, look at yourself. Ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Especially if you got kids or you got a son. You wouldn't want a woman to try to manipulate your son and have him doing things because he believes it's one way when it's actually another. But that's what's going on out here. A lot of young ladies out here using their sexual, the sexual appetite of men to provide for themselves. And guys, I blame y'all for being so weak. I blame us for being so weak. We the reason why they feel this way. Because for so many years, we put a price on it. And so back when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, I used to offend women. But now, those women come right out and tell you what they want for what they want. Or what they want for what you want. So it's no pride, it's no shame. But what it is it's ridiculous. Because y'all have put a price tag on your body. And you allow anything to enter it as long as it can meet that price. That's not only scary, but it's a disgrace. And you guys is out here encouraging that. I feel sorry for your daughters if you have them. Because that's more than likely who's going to feel the wrath of that, the consequences that you have bestowed upon them. As I said before, you reap what you sow. Even if it don't affect you personally, it will affect you directly. Something going to happen to someone that you care for if it don't happen to you. Look, I think I said enough. I hope that someone out there heard me. They understand where I'm coming from. Once again, fellas, it's on us, man, to encourage our sons and our daughters to be better than we were, better than we are, to be more, to be greaters, to be great, to be conquerors, to be victorious. It's up to us to encourage our kids not to give up. Encourage our kids. Give our kids the game. Teach them about finances. Teach them about burial policies. Teach them about life. That's how we advance our kids. Not buying them a car for graduation. Spending all our hard-earned money trying to keep up with the Joneses. Teach them to be able to take care of themselves. And that will only give them the support they need to support themselves and their family that they create. Another thing, y'all stop giving the family that you came from more power and more leverage in your relationship than the family that you created. So when you go out here and you become a man or a woman and you create a family, that family becomes first. But I hear so many of y'all, and I see so many of y'all out here treat your spouses like crap. You treat your man and your woman like crap. But you'll go in and take all kind of crap off of your family that you were born into. You'll do all kind of stuff for them, even when they don't even care about you like talking about it. Even when they don't even show you the same love and energy back. And that's why so many home fronts wrecked right now. So many home fronts torn apart right now. In limbo right now. Because y'all don't understand the pecking order. Y'all don't understand how this thing really supposed to go. Once you create your family outside of the family that you were born into, that family is first. But y'all doing things in reverse, and then you wondering why they ain't going forward. They ain't straight. They ain't going straight forward. Because you're operating in reverse. You're operating outside the wheel. You're operating outside of the original pecking order. You creating your own pecking order. Women got to stop demasculating men. I just spoke to somebody the other day about this. And it was a woman that's independent. If that trash need to be taken out and I see it need to be taken out, I'm gonna take it out. I ain't waiting on that man to get home from work. Okay, that's fine. But if you feel that way, then when that man come home from work, don't even mention nothing about that trash. If you feel that way, don't go to your job and talk about that man then take out that trash. Don't call your girlfriend and talk about that man and take out that trash. Cause the trash truck run on Tuesday. It's Monday evening. I ain't made it home from work yet. But I get there and I gotta hear about why you ain't take out the trash. See, one of the greatest attributes that you could ever possess is patience. But today's generation has become so remote that they have lost patience. But there are a few of us out here that still have that trait. It's a few of us out here that don't mind being patient and allowing things to unfold in due time. It's a few of us out here that don't mind doing things if y'all allow us to do them how we see fit to do them. But this generation has become so outside of the norm, and women have so little patience for men. Y'all can have a good man in y'all life. Y'all gonna run them off with that bull crap. If I say I need my car washed, I need my car washed. Nah. This man has worked 45 hours on the job this week, slaving for somebody else in the corporate plantation. Slave corporate plantation. He done did all that he could do to keep himself from not getting fired. He can get all that he can do to make sure that he provide and keep a roof over your head where you reside. And the only thing you can do is think about fussing at him about taking out some funky ass trash. It's a sad day, y'all. Because some of those same women wouldn't dare to fix that man a meal. Tell me you better stop at McDonald's on his way home. Some of them same women wouldn't have your clothes laid out in the iron for you for work tomorrow. Some of them same women gonna tell you about how broke you is and what you ain't doing for them. Because you ain't bought them the latest car or the latest diamonds. Y'all put value on the wrong things, y'all. Y'all better get back to loving people and stop putting a price tag on your heart. Or else, just accept what come along with it. He call you a hoe. He call you a motherfucker. He call you this, he call you that. He do you like this, he do you like that. Even a dog, after you beat him so many times, he's going to turn around and bite you. You just can't do people any kind of way and expect them to continue to love on you. I know this, and I hope that you all are encouraged to know the same. I am a determined black man, John J. I love you. I love you all. And I hope that you all continue to stay up, stay safe, and stay good people. One.